Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Joy. This is my third update on my Pandat Palette 2021, and I'm very excited to share with you my progress. I think this is my best progress for the year so far. I'm working on 11 eyeshadows, and 4 of those eyeshadows I already hit pan on when I started the project. I'll put a link on up here, the intro for this project, why I'm working on these 11 eyeshadows, or how I selected the 11 eyeshadows. Now, let me start my update with this eyeshadow. So for this one, as you can see from my previous photo, that I already have a dip. But it's quite deep, but I wasn't expecting to hit pan on this one. I thought I'll hit pan on this actually in the month of April, but I was able to hit pan on this yesterday. I worked on this since the start of the project 23 times, so I only used this 23 times to hit pan on it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to keep track for the others, how many times I used the eyeshadow to hit pan. Now, next would be this from Wet n Wild. This is the crease shade from the Walking on Eggshells. And as you can see, I've actually hit side pan on this one. So that's the best progress I have for this. Apart from that, of course, I've already expanded the pan. But the big thing here, or the best update, best progress I have is I've already hit side pan on this one. I'm thinking maybe for the month of April, I'll work on this part. It's quite a bit difficult already to hit the brush there to get the product, but I'll stick with it. I'll not repress this, not yet at least. So that's my update for this eyeshadow. This is the crease eyeshadow from the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells. I had the trio, the old one. And then we have here, this is also from the same trio. This is the Brow Bone shade. And as you can see, I've also expanded that a bit more here. Yeah, and even here. So yes, I've also expanded this one. And then next would be the Eyelid shade from that Walking on Eggshells. And this one I have hit the side pan as well, there down at the bottom, as you can see there. So I also have expanded this side. If you just check against the photo I've took from my previous update. And then next would be this eyeshadow. So this one, my goal was to hit pan on this one, and I did. And I stopped working on it actually when I hit pan on it. I not really stopped working on it, but I wasn't focusing on it as much as when I started. This one, I used this 31 times. So I forget to mention, for the crease shade from the Wet n Wild, I worked on it 35 times. And for these 3 shades, I worked on this in this project 31 times. So far, the one I used the most would be this one, because I used that 35 times. Now, the next one is the purple shade. And this one, I also have hit pan. So you can see there on the side, I actually regret that I was hitting my brush on the side. Otherwise, it would have looked nice to have it on the middle. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. I hit pan on it. I was working on this next after this one. So when I hit pan on that, I started focusing on this one, not expecting to hit pan on this in the month of March, but actually in April. I was thinking I'll hit pan on this too in the month of April. But there you go. So for this one, I worked on this for the past 3 months, 25 times. And I'll continue working on that one. Expand that further. And then we have here this purple, this shade. This is actually from the Sweet Peach, Too Faced Sweet Peach eyeshadow palette. And this is the shade Summer Yum. So comparing it with the photo, what it looks like, I would say I've expanded this a bit down here, right? You can see it's a subtle, a little expansion of the pan, but I have expanded that one. So you can definitely see the difference from the previous, from my previous update, how much progress I've made. And then this one, it's also from the same palette, from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. This is the Puree, and I've also expanded the pan. Yeah, it's not so visible, but you can definitely tell that I've actually expanded the pan. And then I also have the next shade that you'll see on the photo. That's actually Peaches and Cream, also from the same eyeshadow palette, the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And I have used it up there. So for this one, I use this 69 times to fully use it up. And yeah, so that's the best progress I have so far. As for this puree, I used this 32 times. For the Summer Yum, I used that 26 times. Yeah. And then next would be, again, from the same eyeshadow palette, but I actually depotted that one and repress it into this pan. And this is the Just Peachy shade. I used this 32 times, and I guess you can tell from the photo that I actually have expanded the pan. I've expanded it quite a bit. And lastly, again, from the same eyeshadow palette, this one is the Candied Peach. I've also expanded this one. For this Just Peachy, I used this 32 times since the beginning of the project, and this one I used this 26 times since the start of the project. So among all of the eyeshadows here, the one I used the most, of course, is the Peaches and Cream, because I've used that 69 times and fully used that up. I don't think I would be able to hit the same, I would be able to use up with the same number of usage, because I don't need a lot for the other shades compared to the Peaches and Cream. It doesn't really show much on my eyes, on my eyelid. But anyway, the one I use the most would be this crease shade after the Peaches and Cream. I used that 35 times. And then would be the Puree. And this Just Peachy, I used them 32 times. The one I used the least would be this one. I used that 23 times. So there, as you can see, I did quite well for this update. This is my best progress, I would say, because I've hit pan on all of the eyeshadows now. I even used up one eyeshadow. And I've expanded the pan for the rest of the eyeshadows I've already hit pan on. So yeah, so there you go. This is my update, my third update on my Panda Palette 2021. And I hope that I'll be able to expand the pan further on this crease shade. And then for the rest of the eyeshadow, yes, in particular, maybe this purple, I would be able to expand this further so that you can see more pan. So that's it. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in my next update. Bye!